and welcome to Hey Team TV. Sunday morning, I thought we'd have a chat about ways we graze with these hot summers we've been having. But first, I've got a few huge shout outs to do. First, a massive thank you to HS Agri. Guys, go have a look at his channel. Thank you for the shout out, sir. That is fantastic. Number two, a massive thank you to Matt at Four Winds Farm. Again, another shout out. Thank you very, very much, mate. Mental amount of shout outs we're getting. Another set of shout outs, and I've been on about it before a few times, is I do think like the world of Farm Simulator is going to bring farming back to like the mainstream, rather than being this little thing that people go get their food from the supermarket and don't know the backstory properly behind the world. And simulation for the nation. Dude, you keep giving us a load of shout outs. Thank you so much. And Jack 4220, just like the fast tracks, another one, he keeps giving us a shout out. You guys playing Farm Simulator, I am so glad people are enjoying ag as much as I enjoy ag. I don't care if it's on the screen or in real life, but at the end of the day it's kind of the same thing. So the fact that it's a computer game that people love playing, which represents the world I and many others are in, I think that's phenomenal. Keep it up. Like, if that also leads to some of you guys getting into the industry, absolutely amazing. Like, just totally amazing. You couldn't ask for any more from anything. So yeah, you guys playing Farm Simulator, and Farm Simulator, or whoever made Farm Simulator, fantastic work. Because hell, if when I was growing up, we just had sort of, you know, toy tractors and a little toy farmyard, and you still had to use your imagination. And now you've got Farm Simulator, and you can do all sorts of things and have all sorts of brilliant brands of tractors. I think it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, thank you guys for all the shout outs. A shout out from us, a new channel, they're also down our way, is Farmer Bros. So any of you boys that like spud work, potato stuff, there are quite a big arable unit down our way, so go give them a check out. Now I'm going to switch this off because I'm going to move the fence to the cows, and in moving the fence to the cows it's best to do with the electrics not on, because else, quite frankly, if you walk to the other end of the field and then you go, oh, I can't be bothered to go back at the top again, it sucks every time you get caught by the electric fencer. Like, it just sucks. There's just nothing nice about it. Anyway, as I've gone on before, we have 10 cows and a bull, but no bull at the moment, and we run that on 4 acres. It's not a huge amount of space for the amount of animals, but what we do is we sort of keep it quite tight and controlled in the way we graze. And the way I mean that is so this is the field they're in at the moment, and as you can see, I'm grazing from the far end of the field to the top. And I learned years ago through talking to different people and watching stuff on YouTube, cows are quite a lazy thing. They don't really want to walk very far. You know, they're happily grazing. If you went into the wild, they're happily grazing around and along with their calf. But again, they don't have to go back to a pile or anything like that. Now, yes, we keep our calves in, as I've said before, because one, even though I've done a fencing video that you've just seen, I don't really like fencing. So, because our boundaries aren't great, our cows are really docile, but the calves are a pain in the ass. So the calves stay in the big sheds, have loads of space, loads of room to play in. The cows we have out, and they have a grazing routine. I don't really have to do this, but I quite like it. It's a bit nostalgic. I used to do this with my grandfather. Anyway, I found out a while ago, not that long ago, that by watching someone called Joe Soliton and another guy called Greg Judy, check them out. Greg Judy, massive grazer in America. Joe Soliton, similar, different ways of looking at it, but it's how you control the grazing pattern. Now, as you can see, we graze really long grass, and then if I bring you not that far away, because they're kept in quite tight spaces, if we look here, we don't graze it down that tight. Now, the reason behind this is, from listening and learning to lots of them, you can grow your grass through two methods. Okay, I'm going to start moving fences because that's going to be here all day. You've got the root collecting nutrients, moisture, which is helping you get grass growth. Also, on top of this, you have what they go by is solar growth. So by not destroying all the leaf, okay, not destroying all the leaf and leaving some leaf, the plant has a better, this is when the cable comes out of the top of the fence pole, so it's just being a pain in the ass to me. Give me a second here. Right, it's quite annoying because I've got to keep the lines tight, else it can unhook itself. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, to have better grass recovery, it's better to leave leaf. Cows also really prefer just the leaf. They don't actually like it stalky, which I'm sure one of you dairy boys or beef grazers will tell me if I'm right or wrong. But I like to think in agriculture there isn't really right or wrong. There's just a whole bunch of us that have different ideas, and I'm just one of those that decided I'd like to share it. So, anyway, so the idea is there's two methods of growth, okay? And because there's, by having leaf left on the plant, your grass will recover better. So it's something I've gone by and done, is we graze grass like this, take basically the tops off, don't go too tight, because the tighter you go, you end up just burning your field with the sun. And especially, as I'm sure everyone's going to agree now, we are getting hotter and hotter summers. So in the last 2 years, and the only reason I'm saying all this is last 2 years I sort of trial and errored this, and it's like also depends on how much grass you actually decide to give your cows in a day and all sorts of things like that. We haven't had to feed any feed through the summer at all. They literally just stay in the grass. And even with last year's drought and the drought the year before, they're constantly grazing this all the time, like grass this high. So a minute ago when I just went through the spiel of, or a minute ago when I just thanked HS Agri, and I thanked Four Winds Farm. God, look how many shout outs you guys get. And Simulation for the Nation, and Jack 4220, and Farmer Bros. God, you guys are lucky guys. I've lost where I am now. So what I'm saying, or what I'm meaning to say, is that by controlling how much that greedy lot up there can graze, is a bit of a milestone. Now, I know the dairy boys, shout out. I know you guys are like phenomenal at grazing and stuff like that, but I notice a lot of you front graze. So what I mean by front graze is you start at the beginning of the field and work to the end. I learned that every time we change cattle from paddock to paddock or field to field, that they're really excited for the first couple of days because it's new. So in that, I graze the far end first when they're all excited, and then as they're getting more and more depressed about walking further, they're actually not. They are going less distance every time, so they end up being very happy cows. The fact of that. But also, as I'm moving this fence, you'll see a fence. I don't know if you see it. Basically, just over there, I think you can just see the reel if you really look at the picture. Mine in my grid. There, I've got no reel with a fence line going down the back. So there is a fence. So they've got 2 days. So they've got a day of fresh. They've got yesterday, and then the fence line. Right? So they can go nibble yesterday, but most of the time they tend to, ours now, because they're used to this system, is they graze the new, they lie on yesterday, yeah, tomorrow they'll graze the new, they'll lie on what's here today, and so on, if you get my drift. By doing this, again, we just haven't run out of grass. Because through this field and the 2 other paddocks and a little piece of another cutting field, which is like just a pain in the ass to cut, so I just graze it off. It's a bit of a weird dip for the mowers. They have 48 rotations, so if you're thinking about that, they are only grazing a bit once every 48 days. They can't back graze anything, so every bit gets 48 days recovery. So even with drought, not a lot of rainfall, it's got plenty of time to recover. So it's just something for you all to think about, really. Everyone's got a different way of doing it. Yes, it's a little bit more on, it takes time, because obviously I've got to come out, I've got to take a fence down, I've got to put the fence back up again. There are probably way more important things I could be doing, but I like to use this time to think. I know some of you are probably thinking, Justin, don't hurt yourself, but yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I find this time a great time to think about what I've got to do through the day. Now, today, I'm late night again. I usually do it first thing in the morning. So I come down, I move stuff about, think what I've got to do through my day, get a plan in my head, and then I am cooking for when I get back up into either bathing shed or whether I'm going on a delivery. You get my drift. But in just a second, I will show you the first block they grazed and what it looks like. This was the first paddock they grazed, which, as you can see, is in recovery, and it's recovering quite nicely. Like this here is obviously part of what is their track, so it gets beaten up a little bit. But this bit, which sort of explains it to any of you like Farm Simulator guys or anyone who isn't an ag, is like, if you see this piece here, yeah, where it's starting to go dark green already, the further you go over there, the lighter it gets, so it's sort of segmented as you go along. But that's all I've really got to say on it, really. It's just like, a lot of you seem to be liking some of the ideas and things that we do, and again, some of you that leave comments are awesome. Adam and I are learning loads as well, so thank you guys for that. But for us, this is just like sort of sharing ideas and sharing our perception of agriculture, to be honest. But again, thank you for watching. Something new to our channel, all this sub crap and ring ding-a-lings and all this nonsense. We're going to stop that because it's starting to annoy us. If you like it, you'd like it. If you don't. You guys make the decision. If the channel's no good, you lot will let us know. And if it is, it will just keep growing. So we're just not going to bother saying anything anymore. But thank you very much.